attempts. They put a lot of pressure on the rim, a lot of cutting, off-ball defense, just attention to the D.
Jimmy Butler and Quentin Post. No Draymond Green tonight. And Moody off iron for Utah that lost by 2 to the Lakers last night. And rookie Bailey misses.
If a GP2 can get physical.
No Draymond, no Al Horford, no Kuminga tonight. Back, left it on iron. Deontay George
On the ball.
Steph skip pass. Moody out of the corner. Moses, Deontay George at 23 a game, Markkanen at 29 a game, and that's why Utah could be foul, and Markkanen headed the other way. And Bailey at 6'9".
He was more open than he thought.
And Steph throwing it away. So
okay, as you get Lauri Markkanen just cutting across the middle. It's the second game of back-to-back. Can you run them and see if the fatigue will cut, really make them work defensively? You should be able to get something offensively.
Bailey, can they get anything easy? Can they get to the foul line? Can they get a bucket? Hey, they can do it all.
Recovery mode. He couldn't get back, and Jimmy Butler knew he wasn't going to be able to stop his.
And Butler averaging 20 a game, nearly 5 assists, nearly 6 rebounds. Markkanen spacing out to the three-point line again. I like that contest by Quentin. I think transition is an issue, but right now the Jazz have the Warriors playing half-court, half-court.
Front of him, beating him one-on-one. He can't get by Deontay George as they knock down a three.
He stops. Tic-tac-toe! And Post with the dunk.
It starts
with a steal. 2-on-1. Jimmy soaring and floating. And
start.
So 11 quick by
mid-range. Like he's really tried to kind of perfect that of his player.
Podziemski, PJD, and Guy Santos in. Curry, who we definitely loved in the Warrior uniform. He stepped around, he traveled there and got a shot clock at 3. Brandon's got to make something out of nothing. Did well just to hit.
He's solid now. And always throw in the post with those. Moses Moody 3. He had 2 defenders jump at him. The roller was open.
Sensabaugh, PJD, back out to Moody. You like these looks, but the Warriors are over. Slow-mo taking his time. Deontay George dropping that 3 block, but taps it to Guy Santos. That was going to be a pass to Trace.
7-foot wingspan. Sneaky long.
And there's the Utah.
He's a bulldog.
Deontay George, talk about that goal. PJD having that blocked. And Collier headed the other way. 9% and yet to make a 3.
Sense of time. They're getting into the paint too easy.
Guy Santos. Deontay George, he made 1 3. Not the guy to leave open.
Yeah, he shoots 31% from free throw range, but the percentage goes out the window.
And I think really built his confidence.
Well, he moves really well for his size. He's kind of up a ton of time working on defense, the back cuts. They were getting back cut like crazy, and that all these things are things they went over. You want to execute it now.
Post missing that.
What open threes have we seen created from offensive rebounds? The numbers are off the charts.
He got Guy Santos 2 free throws.
He got me good. All I know is I beat you. Pretty good. I beat you.
Solid shot. It ends up being a turnover.
So if you're Guy Santos there, for one, if they can.
Deontay George is having quite the first quarter, and he continues. He's killing.
He's been working on that.
Podziemski thought about that 3 with Filipowski to shoot. Podziemski, he'll take the body bump, and he'll get to the line. So
their movement out that time, it didn't look pretty, but what kind of created that was odds.
Podziemski had 20 on Friday night. 5 years. I don't need any copies. This is the greatest thing in the history of business. It should be the same price for 5 years. What a world would be a better place.
The sense of urgency you have reading.
Collier using strength. Skip pass in the corner. And bottoming. Give up points, but man, they're scoring. They heave off iron there.
So boards, all of a sudden the moon is in the perfect spot where he's shooting the moon. Like
Will Richard, Pat Spencer in. With Butler, Moody, and Quentin Post. Good deep
field for him. So good start, even without Draymond Green.
Mykhailiuk falling out of bounds. Moody attacking. There's a Quentin Post catch and shoot. Every time they've run, they've usually had good success. And in the rebound battle, 13-12. And Moody!
The defender was cheating off of him. Nurkic was almost under the basket. He's the only guy that could get out there.
Keep running them. They played last night. They traveled from LA. Butler down the lane. Butler. And Colin Sexton traded him. Moody spaces out. Moody!
Does Moody concentrate? Next time you can show and go him pretty easily.
Bailey off iron. Defense again. Another 20 seconds or so. Bailey from the other side. Butler and Collier, that is strength on strength right there. Jimmy said, I'm usually stronger.
Against a quick guard.
Really quick, that's impressive. Bailey denied. That's a pretty ball. Moses defensively, Quinton Post offensively. 16 unanswered, K.
That makes his release so much quicker.
And then contesting 16 in a row. Quinton Post for three.
Falling over, it doesn't matter. You're the more aggressive team. Oh, my.
Bailey didn't catch. That is the kind of turnover where even Quinton's like, oh, give me that pass.
Running. Look at Quinton Post. Catch high, keep it high. That is impressive. I try to do that. I could never
come back and make my next 3 shots.
He's going to keep playing hard.
TJD played the D. Like it still got to Curry. From the baseline. Step off iron there. And out of
he got pretty good separation. It is almost a turnover. You got to be careful. They have some sneaky length. Yeah, it did look like Keontae George.
I thought it was off the Jazz.
His last season at Florida could finish a little better at the basket. He could work. This is not the type of defensive team where you're scared of attacking the basket. Go some sort of elevated door screen play there. They're trying to get screens.
2 guys out of that. It's not like they went to Kentucky. Shot clock at 3. Steph Curry step back.
Look at the shooting in the quarter, though.
Filipowski hitting the 3. Well, Buddy Hield an open 3. Buddy Hield did not score Friday night. Filipowski and Trace Jackson.
Wipe the dust and loosen shoes.
Out of the shot and over the backboard. They're missing Buddy Hield's firepower.
Defense just is in bad position because everybody had kind of collapsed, and you find Buddy Hield.
No stat for want to. You know, okay, we're limiting turnovers. I'm
Hield there. Well, Will Hardy wants it on.
Anderson. Drop guy.
There he goes.
He'll be against Houston.
The legend.
Steph Curry rattling that.
A dime float game.
Bailey hid behind the screen. Curry curling out that 3. Buddy Hield the rebound. Buddy Lane. The Warriors are doing all these pyrotechnics as Trace went up. Keontae George. He just good physicality and then rising up in the second quarter. Will Richard. Oh, 1-foot floater? It's just a pickpocket of Markkanen. Behind the back, Buddy laying it in! Warriors are 3rd in the league in deflections. You're seeing the defense and Markkanen's in the league, so they're doing a good job on him so far. Curry is 8th in the league. Well, she's an amazing shooter in her own right.
Yeah. I guess you
behind the back. If someone is, sometimes you do it for flair. No, we know that.
Right.
But that
go behind the back. You better not turn the ball over.
No, that's
because
it.
Then coaches will pull their hair out and be tempted. Yeah. Well, GPT can say that. Like I've completed it before, coach. He's keeping the game doable for them.
Markkanen couldn't finish.
They get a stop. He could throw it ahead.
Keontae George is the one-man wrecking crew, but Post all over the Jazz in this quarter. Markkanen will step through pump. Sends the ball. Nice lob. 2 men jump at Post. Moody. Kind of read Keontae George, slowing him down. They double to get the ball out of his hands. Markkanen for 3. Moody at 2. Moody to beat the clock, and he does! Let Nurkic go over the back on Quinton Post. This I think is the call here, and John Goble's going to say, all right, what are we getting? Foul, and a whistle blew, and everybody said, what are we doing?
What happened here? Was that, oh, yeah.
Warriors turn it over to start. Ace Bailey. Okay, there's the bucket. GP2 getting the start. That one just kind of fell to Curry. Markkanen inside. He was fouled before he shot that.
And that kind of worked. He canned off there. I think he thought Steph was going to run off of him. And it worked out.
And they don't value possession of the ball. Backdoor cut.
A screen, 2 defenders go with him. Roll to the basket if you're Quinton Post.
Ace Bailey, that's a nice.
Great for your offense.
Throw it to Jimmy because he's going to catch it. Foul as Markkanen cut without the ball.
Chucks it up in the air and everybody has equal opportunity. Seems like Jimmy Butler's going to come down with those. He just tracks it.
Moving his feet. And Markkanen spun around and Nurkic guides it back out to that 3 ball. Markkanen. He will get it. Markkanen in the first half. They put him on Keontae George here in the second half.
The best rated burger in fast food with more beef than a Big Mac. Keep up, Ronald.
Tell you this, he came into college thinking, I'm going to be here for 4 years. I'm here for the long haul. Start seeing yourself, oh, he lost the shoe again.
Markkanen, the shoe in the lane, and
That's all they're going over in their next practice is tying shoes tighter.
East Bay shot 39% in the first quarter. They bumped it up to 53% for the game. So you do not want to get casual here. Keep playing good basketball. Step down in the fourth quarter to make it a 2-point game. And Keontae George had a chance to win. Nurkic, he's got GP2. Wheels around him. Flips it up.
Trying to deal with him, but he's just smaller, but the fight is real.
You got to come.
Will be helped by the officials just kind of letting him play.
So then Kailut from Ukraine. It's a full international possession. It was knocked out of bounds.
The double team and Steph there. That last defense possession, even though Nurkic
JD in. GP2, nice decision to Moody. Steph, yank back wing for Kailut. Out to Bryce Sensabaugh, had a nice first half. Missing that three, and Moody with the rebound down the lane. Moses to put it up and out. But Will Richards.
Yeah, Warriors are winning the rebounding battle.
Markkanen, a true. Anderson setting up Sensabaugh. Good hustle back by TJD. And then contest.
Clean game.
Effort level's been really good. Steph.
In the contact and dishing out punishment when he goes in there.
Kyle's actually in the
Most of his career was avoiding contact. I'm just saying, I feel like he's doing it better where he's dishing out punishment.
Collier was waiting for it. Markkanen setting up Sensabaugh. Steph, sidestep three. He's already Markkanen, 7th best scorer in the league. Curry, 8th best scorer in the league. Slow-mo team would take Kyle Anderson. Richards.
But you don't just assume it's going to go in because it's wide open. Bring the force.
That they have TJD and Quentin a last road trip. Expand on Quentin post defense has really improved in year 2.
The Warriors are in a zone now. They switched it up.
Sensabaugh
Out of rhythm.
But he healed. This in and out of the struggle bus in terms of shooting from the outside. And this is the biggest lead of the night. Keontae George, who had that. Jimmy Butler driving on Kyle Anderson, and he will get to the line.
Jimmy Butler some room to work. Love that.
Butler missing the.
Wants to go at his life right now. Let me just stay out here on the perimeter.
And Butler 1 of 2. 1-3-1 look. Filipowski, quick man with good hands to catch it. Shot clock at 5. And Podziemski will
get way too good. A little pump fake, free you up.
Filipowski and then Butler and Collier come together. And post running.
Pump fake. Leapers like to leap. All of a sudden, you're on defense and
really enjoy each other.
It's fun to be able to joke around with each other.
Places, and I went to the Bahamas to see Buddy, and he's telling me this whole story, right? And then Buddy's like, Jimmy. Warriors needed this type of game, but they're playing good basketball. For Utah, we talked about allowing 126 points a game. Sensabaugh driving.
Defensively, that's the most important part of your defense. Let's stop the 9-point advantage there.
In there, but that'll do it. Fine on the glass.
I just think a lot of it is mental. Come in the game thinking about it. You can have it as they turn the ball over. If you're, especially below free throw line.
Jimmy Butler, nice play by Clay. Jimmy's still checking that left hand. That's not a good sign. Left hand. He'll get his own rebound, and Will putting it up and out. Thought he had a little.
You can execute, keep them in your rear view, keep them from threatening. Just get in the paint whenever they're really resolute about it. Two guys kind of jumped at him out of control. Minus.
So Clayton.
A little jab step to the left, but it's like a double jab step. And you think one jab step and he's going to go the other way.
So Will Richard cut at the right time on that drive.
He did.
And that's
on the cut. He wants to give it to you.
Ace Bailey missing. Pat Spencer.
And Jimmy Butler is like limping now.
Got the big lead with 9:22 left. Finding post with the shot clock at 8. Curry cutting back door over Nurkic. Has 28. Ace Bailey, that's nice.
Playing games, his numbers will look pretty good.
Pat Spencer will get himself to the line. 100 miles an hour.
He's going to have an impact. He went with the little spin move there. Able to get to the basket in this game. Why not continue to attack?
Well, the one thing with Pat Spencer, part of the summer.
I love listening to him talk. He was asked, like, how do you feel about your game? He's like, I feel bad.
Played, 8 minutes, but you're plus 19 in the game. And break down there for he did not want that. DP2 down the lane, flipping it up and out. That was nearly a giveaway, but they're making sure they don't have him tonight. Curry missing that as a keeper. And they're looking at younger guys, Ace Bailey, Philip
And camaraderie, and they do all they can. And obviously, you still got dribble. I was a one dribble guy.
DP2, one dribble. Clayton sent him an assist and 6 boards. Out of the corner. Being in the mix.
He's showing he can be dynamic.
So much this year.
Well, especially defense.
Curry drops it. Oh, my buddy. He threw that backwards, and Ace Bailey will dunk it down.
Well, they're still there. It can still happen.
Long way to go. Steph Curry missing. Deontay George breaking the paint. Buddy came back to help, and George
pulls out a tiny bit shorter.
DP2 had time to see that. Marking in the baseline. Moody got him with the body.
The fact that Draymond wasn't playing, Lowry saw that coming in. He was probably like, this could be a good night for him.
I'm not playing tonight. I'm still here.
But it's like what I was saying. Draymond probably whispered in people's ears. Draymond still wore his cream sweatsuit just to fit in.
Oh, TJD. Deontay George. Little bumper car move and flips it in and draws the foul. Man.
Knew he wouldn't be able to do anything about his little floater. He's savvy. And again, that's in your balance.
The 2023 draft class, the highest scorer. Buddy Hield out of the corner. Buddy.
And he wanted Buddy Hield to get another one. See one go in again.
Curry missing there, and Trace and Buddy fighting for the rebound. He's going to have a night where he's like 14 to 21 on threes or something, or 50.
Pods there. There's too many defenders in there. It's
and also,
congested.
8 turnovers, can have a single-digit turnover night. And Spencer missing that 3. Bailey, wow. He came kind of flying in there.